out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Hayden.
And welcome back to another episode of our Wrestling Rewind, where we go back to the temple to discuss Lucha Underground. This is episode number 5, season 1, episode number 5, the Boyle Heights Street Fight. And things are heating up. Hey, let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah. So we're starting to get into the meat of season 1 here with episode 5. Some character work starting to get done. We're starting to see where alliances are getting laid. We start to see some where guys are going to be heels, where guys are going to be faces. So we're getting a lot of info here in this episode. We start off with a little backstage segment with Cueto in his office with Conan.
Yep.
Conan basically threatening Cueto with Puma would take him out if he doesn't give him the match. So they end up deciding to make a Boyle Heights street fight.
All right.
For tonight between Prince Puma and Big Rick. And Cueto agrees. Not super thrilled about it, but he agrees.
And then Conan drinks his alcohol that he's got, his whiskey.
Yep. Then Conan takes a drink of the whiskey. Then we go out to the ring.
First
match is Drago coming off the big win last week against King Cuerno. And he goes one-on-one with Mil Muertes.
Oh, yeah. And
they are pushing Mil Muertes to the moon so far in this season.
Yep.
So we get a decent match with Drago. He hits a lot of pretty cool high-flying moves in this match, but he keeps getting taken out by Muertes every time he starts to get some momentum. I did like the little power slam, spinning power slam.
Yeah. Yep.
And I love the part where Vampiro goes, "I don't think I've ever seen that before," and I'm thinking, I've seen that like a million times. Just watch a Randy Orton match and you watch that move. I don't know what we're talking about here, but okay. So, good match, but then ends up Muertes gets the advantage. Oh, and during the match,
I was gonna say
up on top of the roof.
They keep panning over
building, and King Cuerno stalking Drago hunting from the top of the roof of the little
Cueto's office.
Is it Cueto's office?
It's Cueto's office, yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was that building or the other building. So he's up there watching the match. But it eventually ends with Muertes giving Drago the flatliner.
Yep.
Love that move. Takes out Drago, pins him 1, 2, 3. Katrina licks him. We get all that good stuff at the end of the match, and then Cuerno makes his way down.
I bet that wasn't even part of her gimmick, and then all the wrestlers said, "You know what? Let's add that."
Yeah, let's just add it in there. Cuerno makes his way down. He takes him out with his finisher, the throw of the hunt.
Yeah, I think he just calls it throw of the hunt, yeah.
And then that's...
puts him right on the Aztec symbol.
Yep, and then he leaves, so Drago gets taken out twice. So, and that kind of helps them keep Cuerno as a threat.
Yeah, especially when he lost his debut match.
Yeah. So you're kind of giving him that like threat of, okay, he's still a pretty good adversary for Drago.
And that's his whole thing. He's a hunter.
Yeah, so he missed out the first time, but comes out and lays out Drago. And Drago got a lot of things taken out on him there. Muertes, Cuerno, so it didn't really go his way this week.
And then we get my favorite segment of the episode.
What happened then?
We get the Johnny Mundo promo.
Oh, the promo for Mundo. That was good. Where he goes through all what he calls himself.
Yeah, then they do a bunch of highlights with him backstage, or with him like jumping off of different things and
doing parkour everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, you do you get the parkour promo, which sets up for what happens later on in the show. But you get the parkour promo everywhere. He kind of explains why his history and why he came to Lucha Underground. And kind of setting up his... they're kind of setting him and Puma, to be the two big faces for the show. So, but yeah, that was a pretty funny promo. where he's just kind of talking about himself like that, and it just keeps panning to him parkouring everywhere around the city. Then do we go to the match, or is it
No,
Matanza?
we get Cueto and
Yeah,
Mil Muertes and
or
Katrina.
Mil Muertes, I'm sorry. Yes, we get Mil Muertes, Katrina. Cueto's running around with his, like a chicken with his head cut off. He's all upset. And she stops Cueto. She tells him about the key, that they know what it is.
Well, she kind of hints at it. She says that there's like,
yeah, I
you
mean,
can't
they
keep the
basically
darkness
tell
down forever. Or
they
something like that.
yes, they basically tell him they know what he's hiding, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" and basically Mill just stares at him, and they infer that they know what the key is.
Yeah.
So what the key is hiding. So then that freaks him out even more. And then we go back to the ring. We got Son of Havoc coming out with Evilise.
From the open road.
Yep. Where he found Evilise. And then we get Masquerita Sagrada coming back out.
They really liked Masquerita in the early season.
Yeah. He was one of their big time guys they pushed over from AAA to do this. So he comes out there. And they kind of make fun of him to start the match.
Yeah, it's what Son of Havoc that he did that with Sexy Star.
And they were doing the whole Striker and Vampiro were giving crap on the commentary about it.
Yeah, at one point, Masquerita starts chasing Evilise, and Striker says, "This is like what I watch on the internet."
Yeah. Yeah, he had a good couple lines in this match. The other one was, how do you say it? When he said, something about being a bee. But instead he says, it's an Evilise. And then Vampiro says it, and he goes, yeah, that's what I was inferring. That Evilise was a... Yeah. I can't remember how he says that one. And so that was a good little funny scene they had. But it ends up where, Havoc looks like he's going to take the win, but Sagrada ends up pinning him. And Sagrada took out Evilise on the outside a couple times. So.
And the ref in this match is the one with the cast on his hand.
Yeah, he had a cast on throughout I think he's in AEW now.
Oh, nice.
If I know. Rick Knox. I think he was doing stuff in AEW. But yeah, so we get that match, and it's pretty good. It is what it is. So, but it was pretty funny. So Masquerade ends up winning that match over Son of Havoc. So they keep using Son of Havoc kind of as this punching bag a little bit, him and Evilise, to start out the show. Where they kind of think they're big and bad, and then they keep getting
once Angelico gets there, it's a little bit better.
Yeah. They keep getting beat by these lower level guys, in their opinion. So then we got that. Did they do another backstage sandwich before?
No, I think it's commercial, and then they go to the next match.
That's right. So then we get the grudge match between Chavo and Sexy Star, and basically it's a 2-minute match, and then Sexy just goes straight into I'm using a chair on Chavo, and so
she wants to get her revenge.
She low blows the ref, gets DQ'd, and then she's about to lay out Chavo with the chair, and out comes Pentagon. And this is where we kind of start seeing where, okay, now we're getting some established characters. So now Pentagon's joined Chavo's side, and which makes sense character-wise for him in Lucha, because he had that whole promo last week about how he was betrayed by Mexico, and that no one cared about him in Mexico. So it makes sense to go with the guy who Mexico hates in Chavo. So that makes sense storyline-wise. So he grabs a chair from Sexy Star. He's about to use it. And then we get the other guy that they're building up to be a huge face, and that's Phoenix.
Yep. And
Phoenix comes out, and he lays out Pentagon with a top rope drop kick to the chair. And then him and Phoenix and Sexy Star team up. and they take out both Pentagon and Chavo. Gets out of the ring and runs away. So we had a few cute little over the top rope spots. Phoenix does one of my favorite moves he does, which is that like reverse 619 when he like pretends like he's going to dive out of the ring.
Yeah,
and he gets back in the ring.
He's really
I love
good
when
at
he does
that.
that move. Yeah. So he does that. So that was a pretty good. The match, is what it is. It was mostly just a vehicle to get them to where they're going to go next. But the spots in the end after the match was over were pretty good to build up that rivalry now, because now we have clear divided sides of Chavo on one side with Pentagon and Sexy Star and Phoenix on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to establish where these guys are sitting in terms of that stuff. So then it comes to, do we have something else in the back before we go straight to the Boyhood Street Fight? I don't think they did much. I don't think so.
I think it's main event time.
Yeah, I think we go straight out to the main event. We got Big Rick coming out with the crew, Cisco and Castro, and then Puma comes out. And I mean, it was what you were expecting it to be. You get Puma, he kind of hits some big moves early on Rick, but
Rick kind of dominates.
It ends up being a 3-on-1.
Yeah, because there's no rules, obviously.
And the crew comes in and they start beating up on Puma. And Puma hits a few good moves, but
Puma fights back.
Yeah, he gets beat down. Then we get the what we talked about earlier, the established Johnny Mundo. He comes out off of the office of Cueto, Cueto. Off the top, parkours off the top into the ring. Lands does he duck the Singapore cane shot?
I think he does.
Or does he just go around Rick? Rick's holding the Singapore cane.
Yeah, because they got Puma on the ladder.
Yeah, because they're holding up Puma. He's going.
He just goes around it. He just goes around it.
He just goes around it. Yeah, I couldn't remember if he ducked it or if he. So he kind of jumps in the ring and then rolls, and then he starts taking out the crew.
Yep.
Eventually, he picks up. Was it a chair?
It's a chair. Yep.
Yeah, he takes the chair and then he smacks Puma with it on accident.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of lay in the ground for a little bit of a rift between the two. So you get the shot in the head. And then
he gets taken out.
Then Mundo gets taken out by the crew, and he gets laid out on the outside. And then we get the table spot, just like they did to Mundo.
Yep.
With Rick hitting the big. Did they even call it anything yet?
I don't remember if they called it
the
anything.
The big side. It's kind of like a side slam, choke slam kind of idea. Through the table, lays out Puma, pins him 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this is all still during the match.
Yeah.
Everything happened during the match.
And so Big Rick ends up winning the match.
Cortez gets busted open during it. He's bleeding.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he gets hit when Puma starts taking him out. He got hit by Puma and was busted up a little bit. But Big Rick picks up the win over Puma, and the crew stand tall again as Mundo comes in to check on him.
Yep.
So we start to get that little riff of Puma and Mundo. They're not on the same page all the time. Which is what Conan keeps telling Puma.
He does keep telling him.
He can't trust Mundo. So then you got that in line through there. But then you still got the crew dominating so far. And that's kind of what your whole first little section of matches here at this first 5 episode slate has been, is the crew kind of being that dominant force so far throughout Lucha Underground. So taking out Puma, taking out Mundo, so we'll see where that goes from here, but this is all, they don't really tease anything for next week.
Nope.
But they are starting to lay that groundwork with enough players where they're going to start adding some stuff into to the show. So we're starting to get some big time results here with some of the guys.
We're also a few episodes away from the most interesting thing that they do in Lucha Underground, which is the Fight All Night match.
Yeah, the Fight All Night match, the Iron Man match. Yeah, that will be coming up soon. So that is one of the cooler episodes. So, but yeah, I mean this episode is really kind of a builder.
Yeah, it did some good stuff. You get Pentagon choosing sides.
yeah, you're kind of fleshing out your roster a little bit. You're kind of putting guys in the spots they want to be, face, heel, and then you're kind of getting that depth you need. Because now, from
Pentagon.
where you started in episode 1, now you've got Puma and Mundo and Rick in the main event. Now you got Pentagon, Chavo, Sexy Star Phoenix, Drago, King Cuerno. You got Mil Muertes. You're adding a lot of characters into this show as of
Mhm.
now. So
When Pentagon came out to uh, side with Chavo, he didn't have any of his face paint on his chin. It just looks
hmm
weird.
yeah, he did look weird. I did
Anytime,
think the same
anytime he
exact
doesn't have
thing.
the when he doesn't have the face paint underneath the mask, it looks weird.
Yeah, I thought the same exact thing. So, but yeah, it's funny though to see where some of these guys start and who they push at the beginning to where we're gonna get to later on.
Yeah,
Because like Penta's just such a
he's a side
B
character.
minus heel, yeah. That's just kind of out there until he starts developing
Yeah.
that
Once we get
character
deeper into
he
season
gives.
one and they start to really put a focus on him.
hmm Yeah, so it's just funny to see where he starts out. So, but
I thought it
yeah,
was a
we're
pretty good
starting to get
episode though.
close to the stuff. Yeah, I mean it is what it is. We didn't get a ton of like big time lucha action in this one. It was a lot of big guy action because with when you got Mil Muertes and Big Rick both fighting on the same card, it's just gonna be what it is. But
The next episode, little teaser, is the key. That's the next episode.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna learn some more info. Oh, the one thing we didn't talk about, which doesn't really even get talked about during the episode, but it was kind of a throwaway, is what match was it? Was it was it Masquerita and Son of Havoc, where the girl comes out on the steps and then goes away, like runs away?
Uh, I think so. I don't
Was it
remember
was it
exactly.
that match or was it Sexy Star and Chavo?
Well, that match didn't last very long for her to do that.
So it had to have been Masquerita and Son of
Yeah.
Havoc. All she does is come out and Stryker says something to the effect of "We got someone watching the match" or "We got an
Uh-huh.
onlooker," and then she kind of leaves. Um,
I can't remember when she does that.
yeah, that's so she's going to become a bigger character later on. We're just getting that quick early tease for her
Hmm.
right now.
Just
So,
planting the seed.
so yeah, so we'll see some more of her later on. But as of now, which is what Lucha does a lot, mostly because
That's because they're a
they're
story. Yeah.
they're playing it out as a TV show
Yeah.
and not a wrestling
And if this
thing.
was a TV show, the camera would pan to the shadows and it would
hmm
show some figure.
So, so yeah, so we had that little bit of that thing that will pay off later on down the line. I believe
Lucha's pretty good about paying off
she's
their teases.
I believe she's looking for a Cueto, but we'll see what happens here as we get farther down the line. But yeah, I mean, decent episode, nothing amazing. We're about to get ready to some really good ones here coming up.
Yeah, there's
Um,
the unique opportunity one coming up. That one's pretty good.
well, they really hit a big time stride about episode 9, episode 8. So
We're pretty
we
close.
they kind of play in that same style for the first 7 episodes, and then we start to really hit another gear in episode 8, 9, 10. So, excuse me. But yeah, pretty good episode for this week. So,
Pretty good
definitely
episode.
not the worst one.
No, 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 no.
So, they're starting to find their groove and what they want to be. So, that's good.
It was a pretty good episode, and we hope you guys enjoyed it too. I hope that you are following along with us, watching it along with us episode by episode. If you haven't seen it yourself, and this is the first time you get to watch it, you get to listen to our recap of it because we've seen all the first season two, the first 2.5 seasons I've
hmm
seen half of season 3, I think. So,
hmm
so we know for the most part what goes on until we get to at least I don't know what happens in season 4. But if this is the first time you're watching it and then listening along with us, that'd be pretty cool if you're doing that, or if you've already seen
hmm
it, whatever you want to do. But if you
Yeah,
enjoyed this
relive it.
episode, make sure you leave us a like, Subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all that kind of stuff, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.